Hello, everybody, and welcome to our introduction to COUN, COUN, 6613, Family Systemic Therapy. I am Dr. Charles Shepard, but please, as I mentioned before in my intro video to who I am, please feel free to call me Charles. I do indeed want to be on a first name basis with y'all, and I think we can do that while affording each other mutual respect. I hope that this class will feel very collaborative to you. I see sort of my role as an instructor to be a collaborator and a mutual learner with you. And I hope you'll get that vibe throughout the term. Please do reach out to me. I want to support you in every way I can. It is an honor to teach this course, almost kind of like a dream come true. I've been practicing as a family counselor for a little more than a dozen years, longer than that if you count my master's level practicum and internship. Boy, there's no other way I'd like to practice as a professional counselor. And I hope to bring some of that joy and enthusiasm to you during this term. The content of this course will be relevant every day of your professional life from here on out, as far as I'm concerned, along with your multicultural perspectives coursework. This course will teach you and help you to hone your skills with regard to thinking systemically. So understanding kind of what extra and intrafamilial variables combine to produce our clients presenting concerns, and how do we intervene to relieve their suffering and promote their well-being is sort of the focus of this course. It's relevant in every professional moment because even if you are working exclusively with individuals, they will bring these formational experiences from their family with them into the consulting room. So even if you're working with an individual in the room, you metaphorically are also working with the family system and helping to make what was sort of perhaps an implicit experience that has formed a person's perspective on the world, perspective on themselves, and their strategies for feeling and dealing with their reality. Those things were formed in their family experiences, oftentimes in pre-verbal time periods. And our job is to help make the implicit explicit and give our clients opportunities to sort of feel enlightened about it and make new, fresh interpretations of what it means to them and for them, and help them to make fresh decisions and develop fresh strategies for moving forward with their lives. I have designed this course with a couple of important things in my mind. So first of all, you're adult learners, as adult learners, I know that you are likely to want a course that really challenges you and requires you to not only learn the concepts, but have opportunities to apply them so that you are well prepared for, real life clinical, clinical responsibility and clinical opportunities, which you will get if you have not already had them in your internship and practicum coursework. And then very, very shortly from now in sort of pre-licensed professional life. And so I have taken a special effort to follow sort of what is called a problem posing model rather than the banking model of instruction. So instead of a course where you will have the stereotypical white man standing at the dais imparting his knowledge and then depositing it in your mind, we're going to have a variety of different media through which you will be able to view and learn and hear about the key concepts of family therapy. And you will have a number of opportunities to apply this learning in real life situations. We will start, and we'll get into this in a little bit more detail in a second when we go through the syllabus. We will start with you. So much like your multicultural perspectives course, you will do sort of a self-analysis, not just of yourself, but of your family, and what aspects of your family helped produce the person that you are today, for better and perhaps for worse. Yeah, we'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. But these things will be, I think, incredibly relevant for you as you head into clinical opportunities. Oftentimes, our most powerful intervention is our use of ourselves. And the better we know ourselves and where we come from and what has led to us being the way that we are now, the better we'll be able to use ourselves as interventionists in the lives of our clients. So you will be having opportunities to sort of apply the concepts of this course to your real life as it helps prepare you to apply it to the real lives of your clients. This course will lean heavily upon your prior learning regarding human development, general sort of psychological counseling theory, sort of the ways in which that theory is applied to best practice, as well as sort of a history of the field. You will learn a little bit about the history of family therapy, kind of where it comes from, and some of the leaders in the field, and how the field has sort of taken what they've contributed and turned the crank. Yeah, all those things will be sort of you'll be combining all those things, human development, theory, practice, and history into your application of these concepts in this class and in the future. There will be, just like if you've had me before, you know that I kind of operate under the assumption that every course you will take during your master's journey tackles three primary questions of all psychological and counseling related courses. So the first question is, what does it mean to be human? Secondly, what does it mean to suffer? And thirdly, how do we relieve that suffering? Some courses that you've taken, like say human development, focus on one of those questions. Like, so for human development, I would argue that the emphasis on that course is, what does it mean to be human? Psychopathology, what does it mean to suffer? Counseling techniques, how do we relieve that suffering? Well, in this course, there really isn't much of a difference. They're going to be emphasizing all of these things, because to be human means to come from a family by definition. And sometimes these families operate in such a way that sort of causes or maintains some type of suffering. And it is our job to use our ability to see, name, and then help change family patterns that goes toward relieving that suffering. So there really isn't a sort of primary emphasis among these questions. They will all be primarily relevant. So again, we will tackle what does it mean to be human in the context of family systems? What does it mean to suffer in the context of family systems? And how do we relieve that suffering in the context of family systems? So let's talk a bit about what to expect. You will have access to your syllabus on Blackboard. Let's take a quick look at that syllabus now. But just before we dive into that too much, I want to make sure that you're aware that I come from an attachment based orientation, and I will strive to provide you with one, a secure base from which to explore the content of this course, um, and its relevance to your professional goals, and also a safe haven for making sense about what you're learning. So that is creating a coherent narrative of what the course content means for you as a clinician. When things feel as though they are escaping your understanding or challenging you in some way, perhaps that you didn't expect, I really do want you to seek me out, because this is the kind of thing that I want to help you with. I want to support your learning and help you make sense of what's going on in as real time as possible. I think that's when sort of learning is most likely to occur in a meaningful and constructive way. So, to that end, let me share my screen with you so that we can take a look at the syllabus together. So, you should be seeing the syllabus now. Here we go. So, as you can see, here's my name, number, office hours. Keep in mind that I recognize that these are morning time slots, right? Many of you are probably working a full-time job, and so these may not jive with your schedule. I take this very seriously. So if for some reason these don't jive with your schedule, these are times that I can guarantee being available. But I can be available other times too. We just might need to do a little bit of sort of planning ahead of time. So if you reach out to me and give me a time that works for you, the odds are going to be very good that I can make it work for me too if I have a couple days notice. Just will require, just like y'all, I have a family myself. I'm married now for more than 15 years. I have a couple of children, two daughters, and yeah, we juggle schedules just like you do. And if I have a little bit of a heads up, I can juggle it and make my schedule play nicely with yours. So please do take advantage of that. And you can also email me at this address here. You'll see here just some basic stuff you've seen in every syllabus. Our required text, I sent you an email ahead of time. This is our required text. And if you have not had a chance to get access to it, please do let me know as soon as possible so we can help accommodate you. There are a variety of other sort of recommended readings that are listed here. These are not required, but I would recommend adding them to your library, especially if you are interested in practicing from a family systems perspective. And these will be things that you can read as you continue your learning beyond this course. Here's a list of our course objectives. You'll be able to demonstrate the understanding of systemic terms and concepts. As you can see, there will be a variety of different sort of assignments that relate to that. You will understand the family life cycle, the ability to construct a 3-generation genogram. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then demonstrate connection between information in the genogram and your understanding of the systemic concepts as they relate to you. These, of course, are captured in our signature assignments, as well as the reading quizzes we will have and discussion board opportunities. This here is a overview of the technical resources and competencies that are required for this course. These are the same for every course you've taken to this point. And now we land on our course requirements. These are the ways in which I will assess your grasp of the course content and how well you apply it to a real life scenario, which is your real life. So let's start from the bottom here. These will be sort of assignments that are intended to help you stay on track and on pace with the delivery of content in this course. Every module will have a discussion board associated with it. So you'll have 7 total discussion boards. And then each chapter that we cover in the textbook will have a reading quiz associated with it. Each quiz will have 20 questions and be worth 10 points. So half a point apiece. I recognize that that is a pretty heavy load of, or heavy number of assignments, okay? So 7 discussion boards, 16 quizzes, okay? I recognize that we are all very busy human beings, right? And my intention here is not to overwhelm you, but to give you opportunities to, again, wrestle with, ask questions about, make comments on, and wonder about the things that you're learning. I also want to make sure that you're staying on track and taking in the relevant information. But to account for our busy schedules, I have arranged these assignments so that you are only required to participate in 5 discussion boards. So what that means is that essentially you can drop your lowest 2 discussion board grades, okay? And similarly with quizzes, you can take all of them if you want, or you can take just 10 of them. You can drop your lowest 6 grades. So if you only take 10 quizzes and you get zeros on the other 6, you would just drop those 6 and they will not count against you. Please keep that in mind as you consider the breadth of assignments. Most of your time, I want you to be focusing on our signature assignment, okay? This is the opportunity for you to take the concepts of this course and apply them to yourself and understand yourself in a fresh way so that you are bringing your best self, your most enlightened self to the consulting room when it's time to begin and continue your clinical work. So part 1 of the signature assignment, which will be due in module 4, is the genogram. The genogram is essentially a 3-generation family tree with a number of descriptors of people in the tree and relationships between people in the tree. The intention of this mapping tool is to assist you in this course, and then also as a clinician to be able to take in and assess the impact of all of the variables at play in a specific family. And we'll talk in greater detail about what are typical variables in a family. And at the end of the syllabus, there is a deeper sort of description of what is required. And there will be ample instruction about how to construct a genogram in the early parts of the term, modules 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, you will be required to begin the signature assignment with a genogram. That's part 1, and you will turn it in at around the midpoint of the term, module or week 4. Okay, that will give me some time to take in your work, um, make comments on it, work with you on understanding what you have mapped out. And then you will apply what you've learned from the genogram to a more deeply developed paper called your family of origin paper. You will write a paper applying systemic terms and concepts, which you can find at the end of the syllabus, to your family of origin and analyzing your family or for patterns in communication and behavior and how they have had an impact upon you um, for better and for worse. So how have they helped you how have they helped you want to become a counselor? How have they sort of given you strength and assets? And then what things might also be sort of traceable to your family system that might have sort of produced blind spots for you so that you can be aware of them and also seek assistance with accounting for these blind spots. So my hope is that this will dovetail nicely with your self-analysis from your multicultural perspectives course. And will also give you something that you can either, well, you can use to guide your sort of description of yourself to future supervisors, future colleagues, who my hope is you will be working with to sort of support your own development beyond graduation. So postgraduate development in clinical life. So that is kind of what is required of this course. You know, there's heavy reading emphasis, there is heavy discussion emphasis, and then there is heavy application emphasis in the signature assignment. Here's our grading scale. I have a variety of different instructor and course policies about calculations of final grades, important note about final grades, changing the syllabus, accessibility, religious observances. These are all things that I will want you to read in greater detail on your own. I also provided a tentative course schedule at the end of the syllabus, or kind of in the middle of the syllabus, and sort of a map for when certain things are due. All due times will be at the end of the day, 11:59 p.m. on the described date, as you can see here. And then, of course, here is a detailed list of elements of each part of your signature assignment, the genogram and also the family of origin paper. There's some guidelines for your interviews with other family members that will be used to create the genogram. And then you will see here the rubric that will be used to grade your genogram and your family of origin paper. You also, this also includes a variety of different terms that we will want you to be implementing into the term and concept may include circular causality, interdirectional coalition, triangles, subsystems, boundaries. These are all the things that we're going to want you to articulate about your family system. And we'll, of course, get into that in greater detail throughout as the term progresses. So this is the syllabus. It will be available to you on Blackboard. This is an extra credit assignment that I want to draw your attention to, sort of a movie analysis of Silver Linings Playbook. I think I'm also considering adding a second option. It's a documentary that was just released this year called Fair Play, about the division of labor and household tasks between partners and how it might relate to family systems. I will keep you updated as that extra credit assignment develops. And look forward to your questions and comments about that. Now, that's kind of the expectations and the syllabus of the course. Let me also share with you just some tips on how to navigate this course. So here you see sort of a student view of the course Blackboard page. Now we're going to go home real quick. This is when you click on, when you enter Blackboard and enter this course, this should be what you see. You'll see the instructor welcome video, some comments and guidelines on how to communicate with me, with your classmates, kind of your technology requirements. That's all into the start here button. All right. There will from time to time be announcements that I put up. There are no course announcements at the moment. There's also going to be info about the syllabus, your instructor. This will be updated by the time that you log in. Your textbook will be here, and how to access it. I think I may have provided some details about that for you in the email that I sent you earlier, or I guess last week, I should say. And then as we'll go through each week. Each week, we have 7 weeks in the term. Week 8 is for grading and preparing the final bits of your grade for the term. So each week has a module, just like other courses, and you'll go into the module and you'll see there's a module introduction, there's objectives, there will be lecture videos and PowerPoint slides from the respective chapter. There will be a sort of a list of assignments for the module, and you will have your quizzes and discussion board at the bottom of each module. Now, most modules will have 2 quizzes associated with them. However, module 4 will have 3 quizzes associated with it. We will have a chapter 6 review, 13 and 14, and you'll be able to see the quizzes are embedded down here. And then let's see, I believe it is one more other module that has 3 quizzes associated with it. Yes, module 7 has 3 quizzes associated with it. And as well as your discussion board assignment. In module 6, so module 4 is where you will turn in your genogram. That will be listed down here. This will be updated to be part 1. I'll move these things around a little bit. Actually, here's your genogram right here in the Dropbox, so to speak. And then you will see a similar item in module 6 for your family of origin paper. So you will essentially have the primary elements of your course assessments completed by the end of week 6. And you can move into week 7 with a little bit of pressure off. Please, I caution you, and I will caution you throughout the first part of the term. Do not procrastinate when it comes to your genogram. This was perhaps my most memorable assignment of my master's program, which I completed. It's probably doing the genogram in the spring of 2008. And I remember the title being a genogram. More laughs, more tears, more time than I anticipated. Don't be that guy, that person, and turn this sucker in late. It will have a profound impact on your family of origin paper and completing assignments in a timely fashion for this course. So I think that is a fair snapshot of what to expect, how to navigate this course. And if you have questions, please do email me, drop them in a discussion board. A brief word about discussion boards, and this is, I think, something I want to make sure is very clear. all discussion boards except for the first one are sort of eligible to be dropped. You must participate in the first discussion board. That is the means by which I am assessing who is participating in this course. This has implications for financial aid and other matters. If you do not participate by the end of the first week in the first discussion board, then you will be considered not participating and probably disenrolled from the course. So please, please, please make sure that you participate in discussion board 1. The other 6 are eligible to be dropped, but not the first one. So I'm really looking forward to this term. Please do reach out to me if you have questions or comments or concerns. Otherwise, I will see you in our next video about the theoretical foundations of family therapy and family systems. Y'all take care.